you.
Hitman Absolution is obscene and beautiful. Its foul-mouthed criminals and grubby henchmen add a layer of thick grime.
Shut up, bitch!
Oh!
Or I'll put a cap in your ass!
Look out, everybody! To otherwise quaint small-town streets and on warm desert sands. Returning anti-hero Agent 47 is a ruthless contrast to the beauty of his surroundings and the crudeness of his enemies.
I'm gonna shoot this son of a bitch!
He's a well-dressed killer who finds pleasure in careful planning and clean kills. Some AI problems and anticlimactic missions disrupt the flow, but Absolution's mix of stealth and action plays well and looks sumptuous. Best missions immerse you in Hitman Absolution's twisted form of Americana. The characters that inhabit this world are uniformly disgusting. You may even see 47's initial actions as hard to witness. His first contract is to assassinate his former handler at the agency, Diana Burnwood, who has apparently gone rogue. Her last wish as you watch her perish by your own hand, that you protect a girl named Victoria, and in turn, be branded as a traitor.
I think the asset has gone AWOL.
Your main roadblock is a snarling misanthrope with a down-home drawl named Blake Dexter. Every word that oozes out of his mouth is pure poison.
But this is a fucking yeehaw!
So the human stains that assist him are hardly less obnoxious. The crudeness can become overbearing, and you get the sense that the game is trying too hard to be edgy sometimes. Some raunchy events and characterizations are successful, however, often because they're steeped in dark humor. This sequel embraces the mechanics of previous Hitman games in ways that matter most. You enter a level with an objective, and you can accomplish it in any number of ways. The most satisfying method is to sneak about, choking enemies from behind or diverting their attention by throwing a brick or some other object. As in most stealth games, you want to remove any bodies you leave behind, lest your victim's cronies come sniffing around. And if you need to blend in, you can wear your victim's clothes as a disguise. All sorts of objects are scattered around for you to use. Gasoline canisters, proximity mines, and so forth. You move through each environment, poking around to see what tools the level might offer for the most quiet or most interesting kill. There is great satisfaction in coming across a sniper rifle and landing a sequence of headshots from a window above a crowd. Then you notice all those lost chances to distract guards by triggering car alarms. All those disguises you never wore. And you'll probably be inspired to play the mission again. On default difficulty, getting caught isn't a big deal. You approach the action as you would in a cover shooter, crouching behind obstacles, then hopping out to fire a few shots. It's possible to be overwhelmed by sheer numbers if you're careless. Should this happen, you can perform point shooting, which allows you to slow down time, mark your victims, and then fire a succession of bullets with a single button press. Point shooting is visually stimulating. If only the standard shooting had substance to accompany all that style. Your enemies aren't very smart once they get to shooting a gun. All too often, they just waste countless rounds trying to shoot through doors when they have no line of sight, or run directly past you towards some cover location. This doltish behavior takes the bite out of the direct approach. An instinct meter governs when you can point shoot. Instinct also allows you to scan your surroundings and pinpoint enemy locations, interactive objects, and points of interest. What with point shots, instinct, and tepid AI, Hitman Absolution isn't that challenging on standard difficulty. If you're a series veteran, you'll absolutely wish to try the more challenging difficulty levels. It's too bad that not all the missions embrace the sense of freedom. Several key assassinations arbitrarily force you into slow-motion point shooting. These are disappointing moments that require no skill and deliver no tension. A few other levels have you escaping from a burning building and avoiding helicopter fire, for example. They could have been cool, but they too leave behind what the game does best and focus on a more linear progression. There's another way to play Hitman Absolution, through player-created contracts. To create a contract, you play the mission, designating up to 3 targets and then assassinating them in whichever way you wish. Once completed, other players can try them out and compete for high scores. It's a neat way to freshen up familiar levels. What a vivid world this is! The sound design matches the visuals wonderfully with fantastic voice acting.
I don't need that kind of attention.
And evocative sound effects that heighten the drama. There are some stumbles here and there, but one thing's for sure. It's good to have Agent 47 back. The greasy world he inhabits was in sore need of cleansing.